He's like they all have these thematic links of like an underdog overthrowing a
evil empire
or an evil organization. Like
there's usually
like Shinra in 7, and
it's usually some creeper named Sid.
And what is it in Yevon in 10? But 10 to me was such a like that's why 12 I love the gameplay of 12, but I gotta be honest, that story. The story reminds me of the prequels of Star Wars. I just keep talking about Star Wars.
Yeah, it's on the mind.
But you know, like there are trade embargoes and like there's a war going on between these people and this place.
See, I actually love that. That's like a political drama.
You love that.
Yeah,
shit.
It's like Game of Thrones.
Whereas for me, where it was just like you were in a city, and then all of a sudden this fucking giant monster takes you out of the city and throws you into the unknown.
Yep.
And then you've got to beat that to try and get home.
Yep.
And it's just a simple, concise, straight to the point story, high stakes.
And along the way, a boy becomes a man. By making out in a water pond.
And laughing.
Oh, God.
It was just, I don't know, the story was good. There was no shit characters.
Yep.
Like, even the cutesy character that always seems to bug me in JRPGs, Riku.
I'm down with Riku.
She's great.
Yeah, Riku's
fine. I didn't
fine.
use her in my battles because I didn't.
You know she's the most powerful, right?
If you've got what you need.
Yeah.
If you've got the mix.
Yep. Get that mix
Get them Albed potions. And
Yeah.
Although, no, I can't remember the item. There's a crazy item of like wings, something wings, and I don't know.
People know what you're talking about.
So I just need a really good story. And at this point, I have no idea what the story is for 15.
Well, it seems to be something similar. I kind of like that they actually have gone on a bit of a different tangent. It seems to be, from the scraps we've gathered, it's the father, the king of the realm that I can't recall right now, dies, and his son inherits it. Inherits?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird word.
Inherits the throne.
Sometimes I just get caught on
Continue. Let's push past it.
Yeah.
We have to dwell.
He inherits the throne, and I'm guessing all his friends are like his bodyguards. They've been groomed from birth to be his advisors and, I guess, bodyguards.
Like, so far from what I'm seeing, I'm liking it.
My question is, what's the traveling about? What's the road trip part?
If I remember, if this is anything like it was when it was announced 10 years ago. It was about, because it's part of the Nova Crystallis trilogy or whatever.
Yeah.
It's about gathering crystals of power.
Oh, well, that's a tentpole Final Fantasy thing.
Yeah, so it's got something to do with gathering. Could be totally wrong, but I think it's about they've lost the power in the kingdom or something. They'll have to go gather these crystals.
See, to me, this game's story is very much 12. Like, there's a big evil empire invading.
Yeah, but instead of the main character being this pansy little street rat child,
Aladdin,
you're actually a man with power. And
he's a badass.
Yeah,
he is a badass.
The character models are on point.
It's really quite good.
I'm so I'll never get over even 10. Like Titus's outfit, come on.
It's actually, I don't mind it.
No, what's with the
it's a blitzball.
What's with the extra long mesh leg?
He's a blitzball player.
No, it's okay. Like, look, wow, but he's got like these like little puffy shoulders and this little yellow vest under. It's weird.
It's a bit strange.
And then 12. We won't even talk about Violet.
Oh my God.
Anymore.
Yeah, please.
And Pinello in like a skin tight cycling outfit or something.
I'm down with that. You know what I'm saying?
It looks good, and if it's not. I don't want them to do a full open world with 100,000 quests. Like, I would love some side quests. I love when they do hunts. Like, that was one of my favorite things in 12.
That's in there. That's in there. At least if the demo is anything to go by.
And apparently they tweaked the combat since I played the demo.
I've played it.
Which would be nice, because targeting was real off.
It's, the problem with it, and I kind of appreciate it, they've added more enemies. So you might go in with your 4 characters up against, say, 10, 12, 15 enemies. Mm-hmm. It got a bit much with the goblins in the cave. Like, it was a bit kind of all over the shop. So I kind of wish they'd cut that down a little bit.
It just seemed like movement wasn't quite right yet. And
yeah, they fixed that in the update.
Targeting, I just couldn't figure out what I was actually attacking.
The teleporting, you can teleport in and out of combat.
Yep.
To, like, vantage points, that seemed to be tightened. when they infamously updated their demo.
But again, I'm open to it being good.
Yeah. It seems, yeah,
and
like...
combat, like, it was weird for me, but again, I only played it for maybe half an hour tops.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to give a proper...
You're not wrong.
Estimate. I think it just goes against conventions that I'm used to. Like, the control schemes were just like buttons weren't where I intuitively think they should be.
Hopefully we can remap.
So, well, you can remap on the PS4 from the actual like PS4 settings.
I did not know that.
But that shouldn't be necessary.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, they should either just kind of westernize it, as bad as that sounds.
You monster. You white
or
capitalist
at least give
pig.
us the option to at least have different control schemes.
Yep, that'd be nice.
If I can't remap them to what I like.
I gotta say, a concern for me is a lack of meaningful female characters.
Yeah, actually, when we were talking about this before, I was thinking about that.
Yeah, like
I'm sure there'll be some in there, but whether or not they're going to be in your party is another thing altogether.
I'm almost sure he said they wouldn't be.
Yeah, well, they were talking about it like it was a bro trip, like a road trip.
A bromance, bro down, bro trip.
Which I'm not even against, but I'm sure they've got to have some sort of love interest or something.
As a quick aside, I'd like to give a shout out to Tales from the Borderlands' incredible bro down scene where...
Hey, let's just... I just want this to be all a surprise.
All I'm saying is bros are broing down with bros, and it's just brotacular.
Brotastic.
That was better. Yeah, so please be excited.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't even care about the open world. Like, I'm happy to be funneled at this point. I need something to be a bit more...
Something, a little less open world.
I know, The Witcher, Fallout...
Here's a salient point. The demo was one area.
Massive.
Yeah, and it took so long to run across. So I don't want to be doing that all the time.
No, hopefully... You can drive the car, can't you?
On roads, I think.
Only on roads. Well,
I can't confirm that.
Let's not count our chickens before they hatch. Because they did say there's multiple means of transport. One's a train. I assume you've got your car. So maybe you've got chocobos.
I'm sure there'll be a chocobo.
If there's no chocobo, I'm fucking out.
I will throw that game back at Jack's face when he sells it to me.
Yeah, let's move on. What do we got?
All right. Nearly missed this story, Govinda. You supplied that. Good catch.
I do.
Every fall for the past 6 years, Ubisoft has released at least one big new Assassin's Creed game. This year, the mega publisher could be breaking tradition, skipping fall for the first time since 2009, according to a number of sources, speaking both to Kotaku and others. The next Assassin's Creed, which we believe to be set in ancient Egypt and codenamed Empire, won't launch until 2017, according to both a new online rumor and sources speaking to Kotaku. One person familiar with Ubisoft's upcoming gaming plans told me, the author, not Kale, of the PS podcast, this afternoon that the decision to delay Empire from fall 2016 was made after 2014's disappointing Unity, and that this bump will allow the development team more room to improve and polish the game. The source said this biennial approach could be a new trend for Assassin's Creed, which has suffered from franchise fatigue in recent years. Govinda, thoughts?
I'm glad they've decided to not do one for the next year or for this year.
Well, it's funny. Like I kind of still want to jump on Syndicate. I haven't got there yet.
Yeah, but it's one of those things. I'm a every third Assassin's Creed player.
Yeah,
you know
definitely too many of the things.
I love Black Flag. Like, for me, that's the best Assassin's Creed they've done. And I honestly wish they'd spin it off.
Yeah, Pirates
like
Creed.
Just a Pirates. Yeah, Pirates Creed. Like, isn't that perfect?
Yeah, I'm fine
like
with
a
it.
pirate code. Get rid of the Creed outfit. Oh.
I mean, this is no surprise, but I'm still... And it just makes too much sense. Where's feudal Japan?
There was I don't have that with me, but there was an article about that.
Well, I guess then they run into comparisons with Tenchu and other games, but
I can't even remember what he said. But I think he was just saying something like it's what everyone expects, so that's why they won't do it, or something. I don't know.
That's not.
I just want to be a samurai, please.
A ninja. Very different, Govinda.
Japan?
Yeah.
Can I be a samurai instead?
Well, he wasn't really an assassin.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I do. Actually.
Maybe it's like a... You don't tell me how to imagine.
A samurai is the equivalent of a knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, a knight's not an assassin.
Fine, let me kill some fucking samurais.
Yeah, that's
some
what you'd be
samurai
doing.
Templars. Shit.
You would be a ninja.
I'm sick of this criticism. Egypt. Egypt's cool.
Yeah.
That's actually like the most interesting part.
What I want to know is what era Egypt. Because this could be Egypt under Napoleon. It could be, set 200 years ago. It could be Egypt under Tutankhamun a few thousand years ago.
I don't imagine it would be Napoleon because it was specified ancient Egypt.
Was it?
Wasn't Napoleon part of the modern history era?
Yep.
So in my head, hopefully...
Oh, you're right. Ancient Egypt.
Hopefully it would be... I'd be cool to be like Cleopatra, have Caesar.
Yep.
Chilling.
Just hanging about.
Just hanging.
Mark Antony.
Doing his thing.
Yeah, that could be interesting, actually.
There's a lot of stuff going on in that time, so that'd be cool.
Even before that, like, that's Roman era. Like, go back...
Tutankhamun.
Yeah, go back another 2,000 years with, like, Moses. I mean, that's getting a bit fantastical.
As a pretty solid atheist, that doesn't really...
I don't really hold much with that. But,
Yeah. Interesting, though. I'm glad they're taking their time as well, and hopefully they can try and sort... they've got to fix some of the movement in that game.
Oh, just the running up walls constantly.
I just don't understand how they haven't fixed it.
Because, I don't know, they're lazy. They don't care.
In my head, I've fixed this by Assassin's Creed 2.
Lay it on me.
So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, R1 is sprint and parkour. Just add another button.
Yeah.
R1 is sprint. R1 and X is parkour.
It makes too much sense.
Because that's the problem I had. Like, I remember playing 3 and being so disappointed. And it was like, chase this guy, and you're running through the streets, and he takes a sharp turn, and I'm holding R1, but because it's parkour, he just starts running up the wall.
You're just like a moron. And you're such a badass until that point. Like, you're pushing people out of the way of the crowd.
Nothing takes you out of the experience like doing that.
And then you, like, get, like, high stress moments where you're trying to get off the wall, and you hit the pole next to you, and you're climbing that.
Restart. Like, I just restart the mission.
Yeah, okay. So, no, I think that'd be great. And definitely, like, the year in between breaks. That sounds... There's too many. I get them confused. I don't know the difference between... I know Syndicate's the one I kind of am interested in.
Yeah, what's the one before that in...
Unity, I believe.
Oh, so it was Black Flag, Unity, Syndicate.
I feel like there was another one in there too. Then there was like...
There was one... When Black Flag came out, one... Oh, no, wait.
Sorry.
When Unity came out, there was one released on PS3, because Unity was...
And was that the 4-player one? Or something? There was a multi...
That's Unity.
Oh, that is Unity, okay. Wow. Well, there you go.
But Unity came out, and then I think they did like another Black Flag-esque one on PS3 and Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Which apparently I think it reviewed better than Unity, because Unity was a broken mess.
This is a problem. You and I are quite plugged into the PlayStation community, and if we don't know the difference, like, what does the average Joe think?
Oh,
you just walk in, you're like, oh, there's another one.
That's true. Yeah, it's a kerfuffle.
It's a kerfuffle if I've ever heard of one.
It's no good, to be totally honest. I'm excited though for it. Like, I honestly probably won't play Syndicate if I'm being true.
I'm a bit of a black sheep. I liked the first one, and then somehow I missed 2, which everyone said was the best. 3 burnt me.
I'm a black sheep too because I liked the first one.
Yeah, everyone wrote it off.
Everyone was like, it's just repetitive, which it was. But I've played...
There was nothing else like it at the time.
It was also pretty spectacular for its time. I remember when they first announced it, and they were like, look at how you walk through a crowd.
Yeah, people like,
whoa!
They're reacting. He's pushing them out of the way.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And look, he's...
Damascus.
He's hiding amongst a group of whores.
Just look for the hood. Just look for the hood.
Has anyone ever...
Okay, let's not do this, because then we're just going to like, how does no one not know Superman is just Clark Kent when he takes his glasses off?
Because
Come on.
He changes his voice and his demeanor.
Oh, you're a piece of shit.
That's right. You got to suspend your disbelief.
Anything else? What do we got?
Well, PlayStation 4 continues to sell incredibly well. This year hasn't been Sony's strongest in terms of first-party content, Govinda. According to SCE...
Sorry, that's actually Darth Vader.
According to SCE Worldwide Studios, President Shuhei Yoshida, however, 2016 is going to be a very different